Hi, I'm Casey from Globe Life, American Income Division. I spoke to you about the benefits through your union. Is Mary there? They wanted us to see you personally about this, and they don't want us to take up too much of your time. So I'm going to jump right in and get started. Okay, let's get this going. While I get this set up, let me ask you, are you originally from the Houston area? Do y'all have any kids? 2 kids? And I hate referring to them as the kids. Can I ask for their names? Henry and Lily, those are very pretty names. Do you have family here in Texas? How long have you been with the union? Oh wow, 15 years? Okay. Now I know you're dying to know, so let me tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you and what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to review your no-cost benefits that have been set up for you. Second, I'll go over the additional benefits you might qualify for. So you know, the company American Income works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States. And look, whether you like unions or not, the reason they have some of the best benefits is partly thanks to their relationship with American Income for the past 60 plus years. Were you at the meeting where they talked about the program? No worries. Do you remember this letter that you got from your union? Well, when you got that letter, you returned a card. And in the letter, it said you'd be contacted by someone to get your benefits set up. That's me. Sorry it's taken so long to get out to you. American Income works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States. My job is to review the benefits that have already been set up for you, and then I will help review the paperwork on your permanent benefits, if we can get you qualified. Joe and Mary, your first no-cost benefit is the Child Safe ID Kit mobile app, which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations. I'm sure you know a bunch of families with kids, right? Texas actually leads the country in abductions, and 93% of children are not found in the first 24 hours or never found. This app helps in those critical first hours to help find a missing child. Let me walk you through it and we'll get the app set up right away. Okay, you can see how important this is if a child goes missing. The International Union of Police Associations have partnered with us to get this out to as many families with children as possible. You mentioned that you knew families with kids. You have nieces and nephews? Let's get them signed up and get this app out to them as well. Joe and Mary, this is your next no-cost benefit, the Legacy Free Will and Testament Kit. Have you had a chance to establish a final will and testament? In the United States, a simple will can cost up to $1,000 or more, depending on how complex it is. Let me review them with you. It's important that once you get the kit filled out, you follow all the instructions and keep it in a safe place. Okay, this one you're gonna love. Joe and Mary, this is the no-cost AIL Plus discount card. How are your benefits through work? Yeah, you're going to absolutely love this. This benefit provides up to 85% discounts on dental, vision, prescription, hearing, telemedicine, and chiropractic services. It fills the gaps that other insurance you have doesn't cover, and it is provided to you at no cost. You'll get the activation email in the next couple of days, and then once a year, you'll be contacted to ensure it gets renewed. Okay, this no-cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Joe, this is a living benefit that pays you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or sight in one eye, and double the amount or $4,000 for the loss of any two. Mary, for you, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Joe accidentally die. Now, I know that $4,000 doesn't seem like all that money in the world, and really it's not. But if Joe were to die, his paycheck would die with him, and I'd imagine that put a crunch in your budget, wouldn't it? That's why they provide this. Let me go ahead and email you a certificate for your records. Now, with this certificate, I just need 2 emergency contacts in 2 different households in case you both pass at the same time. Both of your emergency contacts should be close to you, and I want to make sure you're okay with me being in touch with them by giving me a quick verbal yes, just so that I can review their responsibilities with them. Okay, great. Now do me a favor and let them know that I'll be in contact with them for a Zoom visit. Now, when something happens, you're going to need our local office number. Can you grab your phone for me real quick? Okay, the office number is 832-327-0800. Now, Joe, this policy is just on you, but the second part of this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family members outside of your emergency contacts and friends at no cost to you or them. All you're doing is giving them the option to make a decision for themselves, just like you did. You mentioned that you had brothers and sisters. Let's get this to him and her. What's your brother's first name? How do you spell that? Okay, and what's your sister's name? Perfect. Common spelling? Okay. Can you guys do me one favor? Just to please make sure that you give the families you sponsored in a heads up that I'll be calling them. I don't want to catch them off guard. I'll probably shoot them a text first to introduce myself. Okay, Joe and Mary, now I'm going to jump into reviewing the exclusive benefits that you must qualify for. All of the families that I see love this part of the program, and it's why 20,000 different groups handpicked American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 plus years. Next time you're at your union meeting, make sure you thank them for getting this set up for you. First, let's start with the needs analysis software. The reason most people don't have the right coverage is they don't know what they need. This software is designed to expose any concerns or gaps you may have. So what I'm going to do is ask some questions from the survey, and based on the information, it may or may not make recommendations. If it does, I will definitely review those with you, and if it doesn't, then I will have nothing to review. Before I do, let me show you my license information here in the state of Texas. So you know, I am a licensed professional to handle these kinds of benefits. Before I jump to the survey, I have 3 preliminary qualifications to review with you. The first, you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is. We're good there. Also, you must have an active checking account with a traditional brick and mortar bank or a credit union. Online banks such as Chime, Green Dot, Chase Liquid, Wells Fargo Cash App, Acorns, Revolt, etc. are not compatible with the program. Is your bank an online-only bank? Okay, great. Who do you bank with? Awesome. And the third question is, have you had any DUIs in the last 2 years, any arrests, or do you have any departure from good health? Great. So the first needs analysis is most families worry about affordability. So it's typically based on 1 hour's wage per week. To be accurate, what's your approximate monthly income? Okay. And Joe and Mary, I know this isn't typical dinner time conversation, but have you two decided or even discussed if you're going to do a funeral or a cremation? Okay. Now, I see lots of families, and some of them will get life insurance outside of work because you know what happens to group benefits, right? Exactly. Okay, do you have life insurance outside of work? Okay, that's perfect. How much coverage and how much do you pay for it? And when did you get it? Great, I know exactly what that is. Now, do you get death benefits through work? Okay, great. I am very familiar with how they work. Did they let you pick them out, or did you just get what everyone else got, like normal? Okay. Now, do you rent or own? What's the balance of your home? Okay. And how many more years do you have? Okay. About how much debt aside from the house would you say you have? Okay. Have you started saving for your kids' college education yet? Okay, great. Okay, before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage, so I have this mandatory read-off letter for you. It explains how the enrollment process works. Joe and Mary, instead of you reading this whole thing, let me just summarize it for you. What it's basically saying is that if the benefits fit your needs and they make sense, apply today. If they don't apply. It's really as simple as that. Either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today, during your service period, in fairness to all the other members waiting to enroll. You'll see what they did is they set it up to be a no-brainer. It's going to be an easy yes or no. Does that make sense? And whether you decide, whatever you decide to do, they do want you to give your opinion in a Google review, which is sort of like my report card. I try to get a 5-star rating every time, so it's important to stop me if you have any questions. Does that make sense? Joe, will you stop me if you have any questions? Mary, will you do the same? Perfect. So as you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiations, benefit changes at work. It's give and take. Lately, it seems like we're getting a lot less and paying a lot more. The company has a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents, gathered feedback from working families, union or not, and came up with a list of concerns. Now, I'm going to go through those lists of concerns with you really quickly. Okay, and the last concern is affordability. Now, to take care of all of these concerns is usually expensive, and we sit down with people making anywhere from $10 an hour and some making $70 an hour. Some are working tons of overtime, some are retired or laid off. The program is designed to be customized so that anyone can afford it. They set it up with this in mind. If your boss gave you an extra hour's pay, you wouldn't rush out and buy a Ferrari or book a dream vacation, right? And if they cut your hours by 1, you probably wouldn't have to sell your car or cancel your phone plan. 1 hour's wage won't change anything, so let's use it to cover all of your gaps and protect your family. Joe and Mary, it helps if I use an illustration to show you what's been set up for you. So Joe, let's imagine that you go into work tomorrow. Right now, you're both at job A, which is the job here on the left. And with job A, you have your normal group benefits. With job A, you're making $14.75 per week. Let's say an identical job opens up. Same people, same work, same benefits. The only difference is the income. Instead of $14.75 per week, you're making $14.35 per week, which is about 1 hour's wage difference. So they look at that hour that wouldn't make a difference, and they decide to put it towards something that would, which is handling all of this concerns. So the first benefit covers your entire family due to any sort of accident. Like I said before, health insurance and group benefits are great, but they don't cover everything. To recap, the program pays you, not the doctors, the following for any accident affecting covered family members: up to $100 for a doctor or urgent care visit, $200 for any overnight stay in the hospital. If you had a serious accident and you were in there for 10 days, that's $2,000, and $400 for the ICU. $10,000 for the loss of a hand, foot, or eye, and double for the loss of any two. Your minor children are covered at 40%. It then has $20,000 to $100,000 in accidental death coverage. Minor children are also covered at 40%. This is great, right? Right now, with your current job, they don't have this. So the next benefit, there's a 100% chance that you'll use this: the Freedom of Choice Certificate. So the Freedom of Choice Certificate will take care of the financial burden, so your family doesn't have to. Your Freedom of Choice Certificate is worth $30,000. Once the funeral home director calls the number on the front, American Income will coordinate everything and the rest will go to the family tax-free. On the worst day of your life, can you see how this would make things easier for you and your children? Right now, you don't have anything like this in place. So, income protection. Your program provides a total of $100,000 that pays out for any kind of death to take care of this concern. Mary, this would give you and Henry and Lily $2,700 every month for 3 years, just like Joe was still there. This gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, and any other insurance money. This really is a game changer, isn't it? Right now, as it stands, there is no monthly income replacement. Another major concern is protecting your home. That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending $100,000 mortgage or rent protection coverage for you. Joe, statistically, if you were going to die during your working years, it's not going to be a health issue like a stroke or a heart attack. It'd probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you money. Right now, with your current job, they aren't going to pay your mortgage when something happens, but this program does. That's huge, right? The next is the Children's College Fund. Work benefits never cover something like this, but the benefit software is going to give you $100,000 for the college fund, which breaks down to $50,000 for each of your 2 children. That's huge, right? As you can see, right now, you don't have that. If you're diagnosed with a terminal illness, such as cancer, you can access half of your life insurance coverage while you're alive. The remainder pays out as a death benefit later on. They are providing you with $65,000 for this part of the program. Your current benefits don't provide anything there. As you can see, they thought of pretty much everything. These are permanent, portable, strike, and layoff proof. Unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these benefits are permanent and portable. So if you leave your job, retire, or leave the union, you keep these. In addition, if you are on a qualified layoff, they will cover the benefits for you for 3 months. If you're ever in a situation where you have a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months, and you never have to pay that back. Joe and Mary, now that I've reviewed everything with y'all, I'm sure you can see why 20,000 groups choose this program above all the others, and why more families have our programs than any other companies, because of the value and the full circle of protection it provides. I mean, Joe, if something were to happen to you, like a bad car accident, your family would receive $370,000 tax-free, all for 1 hour's wage per week. With your current job, there is no guarantee that your family would receive anything at all. So Joe and Mary, if you went to work tomorrow and you had the choice between job A and job B, which would you take? And why would you do that if you're making more money over at job A? That's what everyone says. It's a no-brainer. So let's go ahead and push your application through and get these benefits started for you today.